In this video, we're diving into BlockDag, a cryptocurrency project that's been gaining attention. The big question we'll answer today is BlockDag legit or a scam? I'll break down the details, discuss the red flags and good signs, and help you decide if it's something worth exploring. Let's get into it. BlockDag is a cryptocurrency project that has made waves by partnering with prominent football clubs like Inter Milan and Borussia Dortmund. Collaborations with such well-known organizations could point to legitimacy, as these clubs typically have a lot to lose by associating themselves with unreliable or questionable ventures. High-profile partnerships often serve as a badge of credibility for newer projects trying to establish trust within the crypto and mainstream communities. At first glance, BlockDag might trigger skepticism. It's natural to approach new crypto ventures with caution, especially given the industry's reputation for scams. For instance, bold claims about high returns or vague details about technology can often set off red flags. However, after conducting a deeper investigation, there are elements that suggest it could be more credible than initially perceived. The professional branding, active community engagement, and transparency in its partnerships with established entities provide reasons to give it a second look. That said, while the partnerships are a promising sign, it's always crucial to do your own research. Look into the team's credentials, review the project's white paper, and analyze its tokenomics. Trust shouldn't hinge solely on associations but also on the project's substance and execution. One positive step BlockDag has taken is displaying detailed information about their team members on their website. They include photos, full names, and even direct links to LinkedIn profiles. To verify their authenticity, I went the extra mile by reverse searching the images and thoroughly checking out their LinkedIn accounts. The photos aren't stock images, which is a common tactic used by scams to create the illusion of legitimacy. Their LinkedIn profiles appear authentic, with real activity, professional connections, and a verifiable work history. These accounts are not just new or created specifically for the project, which is another green flag. This level of transparency is a reassuring sign that BlockDag might be legitimate. However, while it's a good start, it's not enough on its own to fully guarantee trust. Scammers have been known to craft elaborate facades. For this reason, it's important to dig deeper. Review the project's technology, tokenomics, and roadmap. Transparency about the team is one factor, but the project's overall execution and use case are just as critical to determining its reliability and potential success. BlockDag offers crypto miners that users can purchase and set up to mine cryptocurrency. The process is straightforward. Once you buy one of their miners, you connect it to your wallet, and it begins mining crypto automatically. The mined cryptocurrency becomes your profit, which sounds appealing to many. Additionally, BlockDag has its own token that you can purchase. However, this is where things start to look questionable. If you search for their token on CoinMarketCap, you won't find a price chart, only self-reported figures. Their circulating supply claims to be about 1/3 of the total supply, which isn't necessarily a red flag on its own, but it does raise questions about transparency. The maximum supply is listed at 150 billion tokens, which, in principle, is fine, but the lack of price data and market activity is unusual for a project of this size. What's even more intriguing is the claim that BlockDag has raised $72.4 million. This figure is highlighted as part of their sponsorship deal with Borussia Dortmund, reportedly worth $10 million. On the surface, these numbers and partnerships sound impressive, but without verifiable data on their tokens' trading activity or clear use cases, it's hard not to feel skeptical. Now let's dive into the red flags that make BlockDag come across as potentially fraudulent. Several reports on Reddit suggest that BlockDag's Telegram group doesn't tolerate criticism. Users who ask tough questions, like whether the project is a rug pull, are either muted or outright banned. For example, individuals questioning the token's lack of liquidity or price chart visibility reportedly find themselves silenced quickly. This kind of behavior raises alarm bells because legitimate projects typically welcome transparency and open discussions. BlockDag has a growing thread on the CryptoScams subreddit, where users are raising serious concerns. Some have accused the team of using fake accounts to report and remove critical posts about the project. While Reddit discussions should always be taken with a grain of salt, the consistency in these claims and their alignment with the behavior observed in their Telegram group make it harder to dismiss outright. The absence of BlockDag's token on major exchanges, coupled with no visible price chart, is another troubling sign. Without clear price data, it's impossible for investors to verify if the token's value is being manipulated. Controlling or obscuring price data is a tactic commonly used by questionable projects to maintain an illusion of stability while hiding irregularities. All these issues combined suggest a concerning lack of transparency, which investors should carefully consider. It's not all negative. There are some elements that lend credibility to BlockDag as a legitimate project. BlockDag has partnered with notable football clubs like Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. These are significant sponsorship deals that a scam project would find hard to pull off. Football clubs have a lot at stake in terms of their reputation, and they conduct thorough due diligence before associating with any brand. Such partnerships suggest that BlockDag has passed at least a basic level of scrutiny from these globally recognized organizations. The project's website features detailed profiles of their team members, complete with LinkedIn links and work history. For instance, the CEO's profile shows over 10 years of experience in blockchain development, and the CTO has a verified record of working with reputable tech companies. These LinkedIn profiles exhibit regular activity, a network of connections, and a solid professional background, none of which are typically found in scam operations relying on fabricated identities. BlockDag's coin has a maximum supply of 150 billion tokens, which is clearly defined and immutable. Unlike projects that continually mint tokens to manipulate the market, this fixed supply provides a level of assurance about the tokenomics. Investors often see this as a sign of a more stable and sustainable cryptocurrency model. While these points don't erase the red flags, they provide a more balanced perspective for potential investors to consider. The community is split when it comes to BlockDag. Some argue it's a scam, pointing to its questionable practices, like silencing critics in Telegram groups. Others highlight its high-profile sponsorships and transparent team as indicators of legitimacy. For instance, one user on a crypto forum noted that partnerships with globally recognized clubs like Real Madrid or Manchester City wouldn't happen without a certain level of due diligence. These organizations wouldn't risk their reputations over a potentially shady project for a relatively small financial gain. On the flip side, another commenter emphasized that big clubs aren't immune to being misled themselves. While these partnerships may look legitimate, they don't necessarily guarantee that BlockDag operates with integrity. A key point raised was that sponsorship deals often rely on surface-level vetting rather than deep dives into a company's practices. Ultimately, the community seems to weigh both sides. The sponsorships are compelling evidence of credibility, but the lack of transparency in other areas keeps skepticism alive. At the end of the day, it's hard to say with certainty whether BlockDag is legit or not. Here's my personal take. The good, The partnerships and real team profiles make it look credible. The bad, the lack of transparency, sketchy Telegram activity, and absence of a public price chart make it risky. I wouldn't invest in BlockDag unless there's more clarity about how they operate. The risks just outweigh the potential rewards right now. BlockDag could be legit, but there are too many unanswered questions and red flags to ignore. If you're thinking about investing, make sure to do your own research and only put in money you can afford to lose.